Hi guys, welcome to Justin's Reads, and on today's episode we are talking about a book by none other than Reverend Dr. Chris Oyakhilome, and the book is titled Recreating Your World. And to me, I think it's a very timely book considering the kind of environment, the kind of world where we have all found ourselves in, where we are battling world over this coronavirus. And one thing is certain, that at some point it's going to be over and people's lives are going to go back to normal. So what now happens after life is back to normal? And it's gonna go back to normal, but not really in a normal way, because you have to rise up from the ruins of this pandemic. So the question is, how do you do it? Because as we speak right now, a lot of people have already lost their jobs, and some companies have closed, downsized. A whole lot of things are going on right now, as some people are locked in, and a lot of people are affected in one way or the other. You might not be infected, or you not everyone is going to be infected, but all of us are affected in one way or the other, because of the pandemic. And so the question will be then, how do you rise up from the ruins of all these things when the streets are open again? How do you start over? So for anyone, which means every one of us actually that are affected, it's something is this book is actually a tool that you can actually use to go forward, to move forward from whatever the world has faced today. So personally in your life, you can take a cue from the principles that are shared in that book, and be able to reconstruct your life, readjust your life, recreate another world for yourself, so that you'll be able to live life in a normal way going forward. And I think the core message in this book is all about telling you as an individual that you are able to make something despite the circumstances that you are facing. So each and every one of us, we are facing coronavirus. So when it's all done, when everything is been said and done, we are actually able to recreate and make adjustments in our lives, from what has been done, from the damage that has been done. So he explained that in the book, that when you're talking about recreating your world, we're talking about changing your life circumstances. You can actually change your life circumstances if things are going in the way that you don't like, if your life is headed in a direction that you didn't anticipate, if your life is has taken a turn that you didn't foresee. You can actually make a U-turn. You can actually make an adjustment. You can actually make it work. You can actually turn things around for your good. So he explains that for Christians, they have been given an inherent power. He explained the power called dunamis, because he said it's that power that enables you to make adjustment. It enables you to create, to recreate, to make adjustments when necessary, to bring forth things in life when necessary. And I like when he explained the fact that many Christians, I think beyond Christians, a lot of people really, we are living in an information age where there is a lot of information around, and people are able to acquire knowledge. But it's one thing to have knowledge, and it's another thing to apply that knowledge. And he gave an example of the fact that you find out that someone might know a lot of scriptures concerning finances, and at the end of the day they don't have a cent in their pockets. That was his statement. He said No, the difference is in application. Once you have heard the word, once you've heard, like right now, that you are able to recreate, to make adjustment, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue complaining with the rest of the world? Are you going to continue crying? Are you going to continue sobbing in your beds that, talking about how hard things are getting and how hard things have gotten? No, you make adjustment. You start putting things in place. You start making plans. You start getting wisdom from the inside. You start listening to the wisdom that comes from the inside on how to go from where we are right now to the next level, or how you can actually make your life better from how it has been left right now. And he spoke about the fact that you can actually use the word to recreate your world. The word of God is a tool that anyone can actually use to make an adjustment, just like how God did it when the world was chaotic. He brooded over it. He used his power, he used his word to be able to make adjustment and bring forth the world as we see it today. And the creative ability, he spoke about the fact that each and every person, each and every individual has an inherent creative ability. Every human being has a creative ability. He said animals cannot recreate, trees can't recreate. They don't have those imaginative powers that we as human beings, they just follow all those natural patterns. But we have something beyond that. We can imagine, we can think, we can brood over things, we can plan things and have those things come to pass, unlike any other creatures that has been there. And it's actually a blessing. It's an advantage that we have as individuals, that you are able to recreate. So you can use your mind, you can use your creative abilities that have been given to imagine things. He said, you ask your question, what is it that I really want? What is it that where do I want to go? What is it that I want to become? Ask yourself questions. When you ask yourself questions, have a picture. In his book, he gave an example of the woman with the issue of blood, right? And she had gone everywhere looking for help, and it was not coming forth until she made up her mind. She thought within herself. She began to see pictures of herself in a different state. She had news like you're hearing right now, that you can make adjustment of your life. You have the creative power. You've got the power to make adjustment. She heard that there was a Jesus that was healing people, and she thought within herself. She made up her mind, like you can make up your mind today, to that she made up her mind. She began to create pictures within herself of the kind of person that she wanted to become. And when that opportunity came, she was able to go and touch Jesus and receive the power, and she was healed. In the same way, you as an individual, you ask yourself question, what is it that you want? There were a lot of people around there that were touching Jesus, but they didn't have a definite desire of what they wanted. So they were just groping around the world, like many people are just groping around in the world with no direction at all, because they don't have a definite desire. It's important as an individual, you come up with a plan, know what you want, know where you want to go, have a definite desire of the kind of person, of the kind of life that you want to become. And the book ended up by talking about creating the world that you want by speaking. The importance of prayer. He explained that when you're communicating to God, when you're speaking to God, he gives you direction, he gives you an idea. He said, as an individual, sometimes all you need is just that one word that can turn things around. Sometimes all you need is just that one idea that you can now execute, and it will change your life. So those are the kind of things that you can find in a place of prayer, in a place of meditation. And as you speak, he actually gave an example of a culture that he had, that Jewish women, as their children are growing, they speak life every day to their kids. And it has been found that those kids actually grow up to become those things that their mothers were speaking. They become prosperous, they become influential because of the words that their mothers were speaking day by by day. So seems to you, as we have now understood that you can change, you can make adjustment of your life, you begin to speak accordingly, according to what the pictures that you have in mind, according to what you have imagined that you're going to become. It's all up to you. You end up becoming the person that you have imagined and that you have said. So when you've imagined it, after you have known that you can, you begin to create pictures with your creative ability. Then you listen to the voices on the inside, the voice on the inside that can give you the clues, the direction of how to do it, where to go. And after that, you begin to speak and execute accordingly, according to what you have imagined. So that is the book, Recreating Your World. I urge you to actually get it and learn more, because this is just a snippet from what I've learned from the book. So thank you guys.